Hello, Gwenters, and welcome back for another Massacre Monday. I've got a fun deck here for you today. I can't quite decide what to call it. I think right now we're just going to call it Pirates because I feel boring. But basically the idea here is we're going to run a bunch of pirates with Vajbjorn raid tutoring. There are, and this is a helpful thing to know, if you go like warrior pirate, nobody really shows up. For whatever reason, pirate is a higher priority than warrior, and you can type in both. So we have one of each of these two, and then if you want, you can put in Covenant of Steel to protect Holger. Not the worst idea in the world, but I just had enough to go for Trigvi. So I think I'd probably take one or the other of these two. And I kind of just want to showcase how much smash power this has, and kind of how perpetually annoying it can be with Holger. And with that said, the only thing I'm going to say here too, boat builders synergize really well with Terror of the Seas. Terror of the Seas gets armor every time you play a pirate, but also obviously these boat builders are going to give it 2 plus the 1 since they are a pirate, and then another 1 with the order. So you can just stack up a whole bunch of armor onto Terror of the Seas and wreck some nerds. So pretty fun card, pretty cool combo. Hammond as like the perpetual real good movement card. I don't know why it shows like here his head faces this way, but then when you look at his card it's facing the other way. I don't know why, it bothers me for some reason. Trigvi, obviously I think you guys know how this works. Rupture, kind of stupid compared to Vincent, but he does play for 7 points in the final round, so that's valuable, so we're going to keep him and showcase it. Morkvarg, Heart of Terror, you guys know, damage until they get damaged. Wild Boar, Smash Crash, all that good stuff. And then Blood Eagle for consistency with Harald. Drummond Warmongers help set up Bloodthirst generally, but if for some reason you have 5 damaged enemy units, I think this requirement is a little obtuse. But if you do have that, you can damage all enemies in a row, which can be pretty cool for a 5-point card. So, you know, not too bad. Damoon Corsair can help set that up. Here we are just running 1 because there's not a ton of ships. On crate long ships, and then Raiding Fleet are in here as well. Raiding Fleet does grab one of those long ships, so you got to make sure to keep 1 in your deck, otherwise you will brick with Raiding Fleet. Alright, that's a lot of talking. Let's get into a game. I've been having a ton of fun on Twitch lately, so if you are a sub here on YouTube, join Twitch. If you're not a sub on YouTube, do that. We obviously have a ton of fun, do cool stuff on this channel, and always doing new decks every day. Obviously themed throughout the week, Mondays being the day reserved for Skellige. So come, embrace it, enjoy Skellige. Who cares what those nasty dwarves in Toussaint feel about Skellige being added to Gwent? They deserve to be in it. I don't know, they're burning me up after the last few seasons, not gonna lie. Those memes have been making waves. Biggest things I'll say about this deck, obviously like Holger is best in a long round for that perpetual damage, but you can play like, if you could get Holger and Herald out in round 3, then every warrior pirate you play that's double tagged is going to cause 2 damage. Two 1 damage procs, right? So I mean, obviously if the shields or armor, it's gonna cause you problems, but pretty fun. Twistake Invader, I mean, so the one thing about Harald, you gotta have a target. So I think just like keep your eye on your raider, your warriors, etc. Since we have Raiding Fleet, I'm gonna put this one back just because we know we can grab it. Blood Eagle comes up, so doing pretty well. Invaders I think are pretty worthless in round 1, especially on red coin. So just put them back. You just want to make sure you're putting something into your graveyard that is a bronze warrior. Don't really care what it is, you just need a bronze warrior. Otherwise, Harald is not nearly as awesome. I think here we can go for like the Harald Holger combo in round 2. Seeing this Magne Division, we can kind of yoink that around with Hammond. Don't really know exactly what's going to be in this Imperial Formation deck. So let's go ahead and get out Holger. Now notably, You damage a unit by 2, and then whenever you play a ship, boost it by 1. Whenever you play pirate, damage an enemy by 1. So we're gonna go ahead, get Holger out, do 2 damage here, and keep him out here to do some nasty business. Now, Covenant of Steel can be really helpful. Another thing I had thought about building into this deck was just a little bit too slow and a little bit clunky, but Sigdrifa's Right you can use to get Holger out for yet another round, and that can be fun. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm all about fun. Okay, we're gonna go for Terror Axe Crew Wielder here, mostly so when we play Hammond, he's gonna deal more bleed damage, and we'll probably just move one of these brigades up to that row. Since this Magna Division now has Veil, we can't give it bleed. That being the case, yeah, so Ancrate Raiders are also pirates, weirdly enough. I don't really know why that is for lore reasons, but it's cool. Hammond also plays really well in other rounds, but here I think we are going to do 4 total bleed damage, so this works out really well. Unfortunately, that damage hit the brigade. We want some damage here to proc against Ardfane Tortoise. And I'll probably get Raiding Fleet out here against this Ardfane Tortoise as well, just because there will be enough hit points, and we want to get out one of these ships. Just good thinning. Obviously, Holger is a good target for them. You know, not a ton we can do about it. Not a ton we will do about it. That's why I think playing him into round 3 can be good, just because you have 2 engines in Holger and Harald. So, you know, it's up to you. And then feel free to proc this Rage of the Seas whenever you feel like that's going to yield you the most benefit. These poisons being a little bit problematic here, but not the end of the world. We just kind of have to decide what exactly we want to pull using Blood Eagle. Damoon Corsair being always a decent option, but I think here we could actually pull for Trigvi if we want him, or Vajbjorn just to get out one of these stunning blows. Also put up a reasonable number of points for us, so don't really have to make that decision yet. Notably, it is just a 7-point warrior, so we do need to kill if we do want to get somebody else out here. Now, had we had Holger still out, this would have been boosted. That would have been nice. We're playing on red coin here, so I don't feel a superbly strong need to push up here with the opponent. And we do have to make one more play anyway. So I'll showcase a little bit about how this boat builders works. So we control a ship. So we're going to go ahead and give armor, and then we get zeal. And then it gets that extra armor because of this is a pirate, right? So we get 6 here. Pretty solid. And just go ahead and wipe off that Magna Division. Boom, boom. Not much else we need to do. Don't need to use leader. We're fine with everything else. So we're going to go ahead and pass here. But this is, once again, I like on Mondays doing streaming and recording videos because it's fun. Most of the time we're just streaming or just doing a video in my quiet time at home. But welcome everyone in chat. Welcome everyone else. Please let me know what you think about this deck. But as you are watching the stream, go ahead and request other decks, and we're going to do them after. So here, Boat Builders is less useful. Don't really need to carry that on. And we do want to keep 1 stunning blow for Vajbjorn. Otherwise, it just kind of falls dead. And we do want to use this Blood Eagle. Otherwise, it just kind of loses a little bit of value. And I find Ancrate Raiders to be the best synergy with Harald. So that's what we're going to go ahead and use here. For no other reason, just to establish some graveyard. And we'll just have to see what our opponent puts up. Corsair is not a warrior. Warmonger's not a warrior. So like Ancrate Raiders and Trigvi are really the only warriors we have left. So we do want to think about that as we play Blood Eagle. I think if you wanted to rethink your life, I think there would probably be some better ways to go about it. Now, this is like just a crazy fun play to make. Theon is now worthless in the face of Morkvarg. Just ruined by his superior power. We still keep one stunning blow in our deck. We're going to try to reach for that with Vajbjorn. Don't want to brick with that. So that's what we're looking to spend here, and then maybe also Blood Eagle. I don't feel a super strong need to get it out. And I think here maybe even Torsic Invader just to continue to rack up the points. Make our opponent a little bit anxious here. One problem with Rage of the Sea, you really do need the opponent to have gotten out 2 cards. This is just unfortunate for our opponent. He does get up to 7. Oh, he goes all the way to 9 here. Wow. All right. Good play. All right, so he is going to take at least 1 damage from that rain. Then we're going to go ahead here and get out Vajbjorn. We'll play this stunning blow. Hit this skeleton. And we'll punch this skeleton again. Because why not? He is going to get that double. I'm guessing maybe Bribery. Could be Garrison is a really good grab with skeleton. Because you get that 2-point boost. But Bribery, the one that people are most used to. But getting out cards that are kind of mediocre. But this does feed our Blood Eagle. Holger plays really well into Trigvi. I kind of anticipate our opponent isn't playing much removal right now. Or sorry, not playing much in the way of Purifies. So I think we're just going to continue to bully here. Stunning Blow against Terror of the Seas is one way to just wreck its day. So I think we'll do that, and then we'll go ahead and grab Trigvi. Oh, they do play the armor. They do remove Vajbjorn just to get back up ahead, and that's fine. We'll let that lie. Go ahead and play our Trigvi here. Oh, no, no, no. Ah! Clicked wrong. Don't make mistakes like I do. Learn from my errors. There you go. We'll just use all leader abilities. Don't do what I do. Hoping to force the off on here at least. We do at least set up with an on-crate with Stunning Blow, so we can go ahead and remove anything we see. That is a little scary, but yeah, just here trying to showcase what we can do with pirates. It's a lot of fun. Letho coming out of Skellen is kind of an interesting play. We'll go ahead and get rid of him. I think we're probably done here. Well, let's see, what else do we have? We can bring out these Terror Axe Crew wielders, but that's really the only warrior we can grab with our Harald. So I think we'll probably be passing. Although it is a considerable number of points. He needed to use this in order to not get pinched here, right? So we're just going to go ahead and take the pass. Make him play something he doesn't want to play out of his last 3 cards. Jens Invo on Morkvarg. Interesting play. Probably not the smartest, though. Morkvarg in Mirrors does not find a ton of value. Morkvarg on Fions finds incredible value, as we just saw earlier in this video. So yeah, this is I'm recording live again from Twitch for those of you who are just joining me on Twitch, but I'm recording a video for next week just showcasing the new changes with pirates. I think Trigvi's like the only card that we can get with Blood Eagle, so we're actually just gonna put Blood Eagle back into our deck here. Our opponent will go first. We'll set up Damoon Corsair in order to get the most damage. Also really works well against this hefty Helga, I think. This Helga is going to be pretty nasty. But yeah, just kind of showcasing a little bit of what these pirates can do with Holger Blackhand, and then still showing this like crossover between warriors. I think Harald the Cripple still being one of the best transforming cards that's out there. I'd really recommend it. And here we'll go ahead and play him out. We do need to get out Trigvi next round. And I think On Crate Raiders is the best option. We do get some damage there, so it looks like we're going to be able to get everybody damaged in time for Wild Boar to wreck some nerds. I kind of doubt that he's... let's see what he plays next, but I kind of doubt he's going to go for this Morkvarg right away. So here we go. Here's Tourney Joust. He does get this set up. He will get the kill. Decent move. So this Trigvi either way is going to be 4 points of damage because this often does have health here. So I do want this to set up the kill with Wild Boar. We know he doesn't have anything to deal with this because we know exactly what this card is. Morkvarg, Heart of Terror, just coming down for a total of 6 points, just dealing 1 damage against either one of these. And this Rupture here, probably coming in clutch for us. So I still think, you know, Trigvi, nothing compared to Vincent, in my opinion. But the fact that he does play down for 7 in round 3 is helpful in these short rounds. And this deck is quite good at the bleed. Then we pull out the win. I think we'll go for one more game here. And then for those of you, again, recording this on Twitch while we're also posting it up to YouTube. If you're in one group but not the other, come on over. We're a big tent. We welcome everyone. But we're here just going to go into another game. And then for those of you who, if you are watching this on YouTube, join the Twitch anytime. Post up your requests for videos. Discord link also above in the description. Anytime you want to see anything, I like playing this game for fun. I like doing crazy, weird decks. You know, I'm a man of the people. I don't have unlimited card scraps, but I'm going to do my best to make those happen for you. So biggest things, as we talked about in the last game, to kind of stay aware of here, we want to make sure that we're not bricking with our raiding fleet. So we're going to make sure we always keep one of these on-crate longships in the deck. So long as we have a raider, we're just going to get rid of Torsic Invader. She's just not that valuable round 1. And then we don't want to carry too many of these other cards. Drummond Warmonger against Patricidal Fury. You know, we're probably going to be able to do a decent amount of damage here. I like this combo a lot, but I really do like keeping an on-crate Raiders around. With that said, there's other things I'd rather see. So here, I think just because it's so much value going forward and to set up for this Drummond Warmonger, we're going to drop an on-crate Longship. Normally, I'd think a little bit more seriously about that. But we do have Vajbjorn here, so we're going to be able to actually get out both of them in this round to really set up for some major smash damage from this Drummond Warmonger. And for those of you unaware of this card, the deploy here is damage 3 adjacent enemies by 1, Bloodthirst 5, damage all enemies on a row by 1 instead. So, it's pretty fun. I think the biggest thing I'd say about this deck, nobody expects it. Nobody sees it coming. It's just, you know, it's not one people are playing right now. Stunning Blows here find really great value, typically. This guy just going for the flip, I think. But this does set us up pretty well for raiding fleet. So that's what we're going to go ahead and use. Again, lots of damage here from that damage over time. Oh, shoot. No. Check your cards. I forget we have Tidecloak Hideaways in here as well. I saw the one, I forgot we had a second one, but make sure you check your cards. Tidecloak Hideaway is the other grab. I had totally forgotten about that card in the deck just because I'm so focused on grabbing these on-crate longships. But now he doesn't know how many pirates we have, so I guess that's a win. It is what it is. Drummond Villager coming down for extra bleed onto his own unit. I guess maybe wanting to just get that removed or something. That's a bit of a weird decision in my opinion here. Here I think we'll go for this Tidecloak. Actually, let's get... oh, he has bleeds going on already. Let's go for Tidecloak Hideaway. And now we just get to boost an allied unit by how many pirates we have in our hand. It is a cool combo card. I think we'll just put it on the other Tide Cloak Hideaway. Because most of the similar cards are boosting themselves. And so here you're able to use these Tide Cloak Hideaways to target boost to units. Like if you think like Venedal Elite for how many tactics you have for Nilfgaard. Or what is it, like Dolblithon a Ranger? Or I can always forget which Elven card it is, but for how many elves you have in your hand. The Dwarven Mercenary is kind of the reverse, where he damages himself for every unit that's not a dwarf in your hand. So, you know, lots of things, lots of stuff going on. Here we're just going to continue pressuring, continue setting up. I think our opponent's going to have a hard time getting out of this round. I mean, we do have a couple of tall cards if he wants to spend leader and use Champion's Charge. But at that point, I'm kind of like, go for it. Here, I think we'll set up Terror of the Seas. Just because it's cool. Why not? Drummond Warmonger is just a pirate. He's not a warrior, so it's something to just keep in mind. We'll go for the bleed here. We almost have our Bloodthirst of 5. Skellige not playing really well against other Skellige, typically. We did have to spend 2 golds here. I guess with raiding fleet makes 3. Our hideaways are all out. So here we're just kind of going to be looking for some of these really good bronze warriors that we want to carry over with Herald. Blood Eagle being another one. We can keep both of our stunning blows. Blood Eagle is here. We do get Axe Crew Wielder, which is not the worst card, but also not the best. Holger Blackhand does play really well with all of these other like ships and warriors, but we'll probably keep him for 3rd round as well. And I'm thinking here just a little bit too much in the stunning blow department. We do get Harald to hand. Have been hoping to get one of these on crate raiders, so we'll probably just use Blood Eagle to tutor that out. The one thing that this deck does struggle with, as you're seeing here, is what do we do on blue coin plays after we've already made all our good plays? So here, actually, we're going to just go ahead and set up Holger Blackhand. Holger is such a great blue coin play, as is Harald, and really does a great job of pushing the opponent, because every time you play a pirate, you're going to be dealing damage. We do miss this 2 damage from him on deploy, but again, you know, it's points, it's out there, it's difficult to deal with, and it's forcing our opponent's hand from a Patricidal Fury deck. He's deciding, oh, how much do I care? How much do I want to remove this unit? What am I going to do about that? So here we're just going to take 2 damage, that's fine. And we could use those Tide Cloak Hideaways had I not spent it wrong in the 1st round to boost him up. That can be another good target for you. It just kind of depends on what you like to do. Here we're going to just go ahead and use Blood Eagle. We just need to get one of these guys set up in the graveyard. And they are a pirate, so they are going to proc this 1 random damage from Holger. Making for a pretty good play. I think we're going to see a stunning blow come down here. Just a 4-point removal tool to get rid of this Holger. Skjordal, another good option. Puts points out on the board for our opponent.
I will not bend my neck for that.
And again, for those of you just joining or skipping forward to this 2nd game, it's important to keep in mind that I totally forgot what I was about to say. I'm gonna get to it. I'm coming back. Just get good. I don't know. We're gonna remove this. Keep the pressure up on our opponent. Man, it's totally escaped me now. I had something really fun to say, and now I don't. Miss 1 damage there, and it does proc onto armor. Just kind of dragging this out a little bit. I'm always anxious about Patricidal Fury decks and their ability to just go for straight up removal. So that's why we're pushing our opponent around a little bit here. We do have 2 units on this row, so we can go ahead and set up Rage of the Sea. Madman Lugos is pretty good. I think he's going to go for this Raider just because it does represent value. A little bit of a misplay there from us. Here I think actually we'll go for Harald Warmonger.
I'll give you something to fear. Women, children, elders.
Force our opponent to make some tough choices, and we'll set up a couple of these attacks. So it'll just perpetuate the length and duration of the damage over time. Oh, this is a bit of an anxiety-inducing matchup, though. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The transform really sets these outside of the reach of Trigvi here, but what we can do is just go ahead and pop this over. And Patricidal Fury really is not good when it comes to purifies. Some decks carry Grimace, but I see it very infrequently. But here we're going to go ahead and just get this removal on that Bear Abomination. With our opponent not able to do much about it. Obviously flipping over this other Bear Abomination is a decent move. But losing a lot of value. These Deafening Sirens coming to bite us in the butt here against Hemdahl. Again, this deck it wasn't built up for, not built for the matchup of Mirror. Oh, that Rain finding value against that Ankret Longship, but probably not enough. We don't have any super tall units, so our opponent here does have to make some kind of play. I think just holding on to this leader is going to work out well. We've kind of spent everything that we have showcasing how this deck works, going just a little clunky and a little bit awkward, making some misplays early on. But, you know, when you watch this channel, you learn how to get the win in some of the games like we did last game, and you learn what not to do in other games. So that's what we do here on Gwenting. But I don't foresee any way of us getting out of this alive. We'll keep the Blood Eagle. I think we could find some value for it. Otherwise, I think we're pretty happy with what we got. We get this Torsic Invader no matter what, and we have an option with Morkvarg, but Morkvarg probably only representing 6 points. Likely go to Torsic Invader. We do want to make sure we get maximum value with this Hammond. Yeah, we made a few mistakes this game, though. You should have been using those Tide Cloak hideaways to boost up Holger, just to make sure he can't get removed so easily. Could also use armor to get him up with the shipbuilders. And probably should have saved one of those good engines for the other round, but we are where we are. Now these raiders are warriors, so we're going to go ahead and get one down. Then we can use Hammond to deal 3 bleeding damage. Although our opponent's only going to take 2 of it, so not sure why I felt the need to make that move. Whenever I'm filming and streaming, I always make the worst of mistakes. So this being great removal here. Hammond's still finding maximum value now. It is what it is. Yeah, I think this is almost certainly going to be Torsic Invader here. It is a 9-point play. Herkia putting up the pressure.
You die already, or need I kill you
here we are, making weird choices, getting into this loss. Patricidal Fury just providing far too many points to our opponent. It's just a really valuable leader ability. Plus the Bloodthirst. I think, honestly, in my opinion, this should be reworked so that these aren't already damaged. Maybe just like set them up so that you can get the Bloodthirst using your on-crate raiders or whatnot. But not just sitting there pre-damaged. But also make it so that the Arnulf at an 11-point unit isn't so crazy buff. But anyway, enough of that. Thank you guys so much for joining me. The first game is a much better indication of how to play this, and I think it could still use more work. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But until next Massacre Monday, good luck, get out there, and keep on Gwenting.